Hello everyone! I'm going to be showing a speed paint while I talk because I'm scared of getting copyright claimed, but I do have some clips that I want to talk about. This video is probably going to be primarily about Amourshipping as well as their age and stuff because I just recently rewatched XY and I have fully relapsed in my obsession. Okay, so I absolutely love the Amourship, primarily due to how amazing Serena is, because she is wonderful and deserving of all the happiness. But there is one thing that I want to talk about first, which is their age. We know that Ash and Serena are around the same age, having gone to camp together, which means that if Ash is 10, she'd be around 10 as well. But they don't seem like they're 10, which I know, crazy. The show that's been running for years' main character no longer seems 10, but none of the main cast seems 10 either. In the games, I'm pretty sure Serena's around 15 or 16, which would make Ash close to the same age if the anime decided to be, game accurate, but I get that it doesn't have to. I did find a post on Reddit that I thought was interesting and agreed with a lot of the points, such as Ash needing to be at least 11 to challenge the trials in Alola, which I get took place after XY, but still. The Reddit post theorizes that Ash is just saying he's younger than he is, which I think is really funny. And huge shout out to the OG poster for the cool theory. Now, this doesn't matter too much. Even if the characters seem really mature, I'd love it if they were canonically not 10, more like teenage years, because it would feel more like, you're watching your quote-unquote average person, and not just a 10-year-old that was forced to grow up because they left the house too early. Plus, it would have allowed for even more deep series afterwards, which I would have loved. I love the deep themes in this series. I do want to clarify though, when I say I'm an Amourshipper, I mean that if they're 10, I'd love for them to have, your typical 10-year-old relationship, like holding hands and being silly together, and maybe having a more serious relationship if they were or, got older. But I mean, come on. No 10-year-old is going to have this happen to them.
Oh, Ash! Breakfast is ready.
It's ready? It's ready.
Good morning! Huh? Go wash up. Hungry? Huh?
Now's our chance. Now.
What's wrong? What?
Iron Tail. Pikachu.
And be like, I don't even know what's going through Serena's head. No matter what, it's not what would have gone through my 10-year-old kid head. I would have tried to help bro stand back up, or completely gone and zoned out, worrying what was wrong with my friend, like going through the 5 stages of grief just because the kid fell. Like, not having glowy, bubbly, pink, happy stuff going on. Like, what? That's just me, though. Maybe normal 10-year-olds would react like Serena, but that scene makes me think, she's older, because, what 10-year-olds reacting like that, unless my view of 10-year-olds is very wrong. And the writers knew exactly what they were doing with the two. They wanted us to ship Ash and Serena, and gosh dang it, I fell for the shipping bait hard, okay? Still, I really want a movie or something where they go back and get the band back together, try hanging out, and just, I don't know, Ash and Serena, talk about their goodbye, because Ash is oblivious to a lot of things, so that kiss was probably just out of nowhere, and then it was just like, whoa, she kissed me. Anyways, the journey continues. I don't care that the journey continues. I want to know how Ash felt after that, because I don't know, and it frustrates me to no end. The writers gave us some amazing scenes, so why couldn't we have one where stuff is just, explained? Or even Serena's just like, yo, Ash, I, like you more than just a friend. Do with that information what you Serena could have just been like, yo, Ash, I like you more than a friend. Do with that information what you will, but I wanted to let you know before I leave. I would have been more than happy if Ash just responded with, I don't really know how to respond. Because at least we know what he's thinking, other than seeing his eyes be sparkly and then stopping just for him to smile. Like, what? I feel robbed in that department. Words cannot express how much I adore this series. Weirdly, quote-unquote, romantic scenes and all, okay? I don't know exactly why, but it's just awesome. And can we talk about the animation? Okay, it is gorgeous, okay? It makes me want to learn the style even more than I already do, just so I can work on shows just as great as this one. And the writing allows for such emotional scenes, and the characters are also expressive and full of life. I want Serena to fulfill her dreams and have immense joy in her eyes. I want to see Ash cry and show that he's more than just the eternally positive guy. I want to see Clement's determination to create an amazing invention that works the way he wants it to. And I want to see Bonnie trying to bond with all the Pokemon she comes across. Also, something about this series that would make me laugh hysterically was just when Ash would fall on Ragdoll after using Ash Greninja. I mean, I feel bad because Ash is pushing it way too hard. But also, he just will take a nap mid-battle. And I love the concept of him and Greninja being so in sync that he feels Greninja's pain when hit. I think it's just so cool, and I'm really sad that he had to leave Greninja to literally just fight the tentacle things for the rest of his life. Like, bro, that was your buddy. You were so in sync. Then it's just like, bye bro, I'ma go keep journeying, and you continue to keep Kalos safe. It's just kind of sad, you know? Like, that was your friend, dude. And side note, I need Serena to wear Ash's clothes more often. She looks adorable in them. The only thing I'm worried about is that in episode 22, you know, when she wore them, I think she got changed in the same tent as Ash, which, like, sure, he was sleeping, but he could have woken up, which would have been really uncomfortable for her. The power of script writing prevents Serena from finding herself in that situation, though, which is just relief. The thing is, it's not like she could have, you know, gone in her own tent, because Jarring Jimmy was outside like a stalker. But as you can see, I'm making some silly fan art from that episode, because Serena cosplaying as Ash made me happy, and now I want to cosplay her cosplaying as Ash. I mean, I literally have her hair. Even cut it from being long to really short after realizing I wasn't happy with the way it looked and made me feel on a spur of the moment kind of thing. So, I think I have the qualifications, just saying. But Serena is really similar to how I want to be. I want to figure out what I'm going to do with my life and feel comfortable enough to put myself out there. And seeing Serena work for it and go through the struggles, it makes me love her even more, which is part of the reason I'm an Amourshipping. I want Serena to be able to take all the things she's learned and do herself a solid by telling Ash how she feels. She owes it to herself. But I don't like how it was done. And I really wish we got to see the two interact more after that. And I've been looking into her appearance in Journeys, and I didn't watch the episode yet because Journeys hurts my brain. But she looked like a chibi 20-year-old. And I can't tell if in that series Ash is supposed to be 6 or 12, which further dissatisfies me with how they're handled, because they are the same age. What are you doing, okay? Sorry, I'm getting really mad. But now I want to go kind of off script and talk about, you know, my drawingness, you know. This is off to a great start. So, with Ash, in this drawing that you're seeing me make right now, it looks silly. It just looks silly. And that's kind of how it's supposed to be. I honestly wish it looked a little bit better. But that's fine. I'm still trying to understand the anime art style. Something about it just is not clicking in my little tiny pea brain. But that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. But I do really like the shading, how it's done in the anime art style. I'm so used to adding lighting and shading and trying to make it so that it stands out and you can tell it's there. And it's so much more simpler. Just in the anime art style, it's way simpler than I typically make it, which is very nice and very refreshing. And I also didn't really know how to make it look fancy, like, you know, before the credits roll at the end of an episode where it gets super fancy shot and super detailed and awesome. So, voice crack. So I decided to take, you know, how the background has a gradient. There was an orange one and there was a glittery effect. So I kind of did that, took a screenshot, put it over the artwork, lowered the opacity, and called it a day. Felt kind of like cheating. I'll do it better next time, I promise. But back on script. Before I go, seeing as this video seemed pretty centered around episode 22 of XYZ, I might have to do one talking about episode 28 because of how awesome it was. But I need to talk about the end credits for 22. I realized on my second watch that this line...
It's amazing how a Pokemon battle can be a catalyst for so many friendships and encounters. And that must surely be what's crossing Serena's mind as she watches Ash, Jimmy, and their Pikachu sitting there together.
That line was Mr. Narrator Dude being sarcastic. What are you talking about, sir? What does this mean? Is it supposed to be a reference to her having a crush on Ash? Did she spawn one on juvenile detention Jimmy? What is she smiling about? If it's the last one, I'm gonna lose my mind though. I don't know. Anyways, final shots.